Hey guys, welcome to a brand new podcast of Rushdown Radio. I'm Michael.
And I'm Anthony.
And this episode is dedicated to Black History Month.
AKA the culture.
The culture. That's what this whole month's going to be about. So we decided that this would be a good time to do a podcast dedicated to all the things we love about Black History Month as it relates to, video games and comic books, especially Black Panther and whatnot.
Oh, especially Black Panther.
Especially, that's for the culture.
This is Black Panther month.
It really is. You should just rename it Black Panther month.
I'm down for that.
I'd be so down for that too. That'd be too good. So my first topic for this discussion would be video games and how far we've come as far as character representation in video games. Since our last time we did this. I think we did it like a couple of years ago.
I
So
mean,
this would be a good follow-up.
We've come pretty far.
I think we have.
I mean, one of the good things I can say is that character creation no longer thinks that black people look stupid.
Yeah.
They have actual features that actual black people have.
That's good. And actually have like hair options that are like real hair options for black people besides just cornrows and like afros.
Or weird, long, luscious, curly locks. I don't know what that's about.
So in that sense, we definitely came a long way. And then we've gotten better with games too, because like we have, that Assassin's Creed game that came out.
Ah, yes. One of the better ones. A lot of people think that's probably the best Assassin's Creed game out right now.
Assassin's Creed, We Were Kings.
Origins, for those who think that's a real one.
I mean...
Because other attempts that they've had at making black people weren't terrible.
But weren't that good either?
Nah. So this is a good one. And, Egypt isn't flooded with white people like in some movies. So, that's good. Also, I mean, that game was so historically accurate, they used it to find a secret hidden in Egypt.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a story about that.
Oh, cool.
Look that up.
Look at them doing stuff. Not making Prince of Persia. But anyway.
Hey.
When I look back at like the games that come out for the last couple, because I've done my fair share of writing about like this topic in particular, because of course this is very important to me. And I feel like over the last few years, we've definitely gotten a lot better with representation for black people in games. Like we don't have a whole lot, but what we do have has been better.
Yeah, we're not portrayed as thugs
all the time. Like they're actually giving us characters that aren't just, stereotypes all the time either. So
and are actually cool. Like Rodan.
Yes.
So good.
He's too good. Like he's better than all of us. Like we'll never be as good as him. Not in our wildest dreams.
I mean, if you guys don't know who Rodan is, I really need you all to go and play Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Yeah. That would probably be the first thing.
Please. He's really great.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, fighting games, they've done it, but like Master Raven is a really good character too. Just visually speaking, like, she's kind of a palette swap of regular Raven, but that's okay. I mean,
she has decent characterization.
She does, and she definitely aesthetically looks incredible. Like
she is pretty cool.
Like she got the dreads going. It's just Harada just outdid himself. I think Harada's done a really good job with just like Tekken's overall like ethnicities and how he depicts them, because they all look pretty accurate to the people that they're supposed to be.
He even went so far as to give them the native languages.
Yes, like, oh, I love that. Like Shaheen being my top husbando, I just think he's just great. Like just
Eddie isn't just some random black guy.
He really ain't. He's actually Brazilian, and he looks Brazilian, and he looks more like his actual ethnicity than he'd ever did before. Speaking of which, this kind of segues into an article I wrote a couple of days ago about like Afro-Latino characters.
Yeah. Which
I think is something we need to like start including in the conversation. Cause I remember I would have this conversation about black characters in fighting games a lot. And I would bring up like, oh, what about Sean? Oh, Sean's Brazilian. He's not even black. I'm like, what? And that's a real thing. That's a real sentiment behind a lot of like African American people. Like they don't see people who are Afro-Latino as actually black people.
Despite the fact that the black lineage spans across the whole world.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really separates us was what boat stop we was at. So,
yeah,
the lineage is right there. So, when I see Sean, I see a black person. Like,
yeah, I mean,
a black person that speaks Spanish. Well, he doesn't speak Spanish, I don't think, but
he speaks Brazilian, I'm sure.
Or Portuguese. I think is that the native language? I'm bad with this, so just don't quote me.
But, wait, but then does that make Laura Afro?
Yes.
Huh, look at that.
She would definitely be Afro-Latina.
still hate her, but hey, look at that.
And then you have the Afro Latino team in KOF with Nelson and Banderas, and I think that girl's name's Safina.
I don't know. I hate her too.
Well, Banderas is bae, so I love him to death. Like, that is just, you just don't see a black Brazilian ninja. Afro Latina ninja. I mean, Afro Latin ninja. Like, that's just so many different things in one. And it's really, I just want to see more of that. Like, I don't want to keep seeing the same, like, 5 fighting styles for black people. Like, we're capoeira boxing.
Can we please put down capoeira?
That's a trope. I don't care what nobody says.
Can we just act like capoeira has been done to death and give people new fighting styles?
Other than capoeira, like, and capoeira and boxing are the main two I always see black people using in fighting games. And, like, can we do, like, some Krav Maga, some stuff? Like, can you do some indigenous, like, African fighting stuff? Because it has a whole bunch of those. So, yeah. We have some ways to go when it comes to this too, but we're getting better.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
We have them.
They
do. Exist.
Just can't be doing capoeira all the time. Like
boxing.
Yes, boxing.
You Balrog. Or boxer. Whatever. Damn it.
Or kickboxing too. I forgot about that one. That's another one.
Yes.
That's another fave for
that's the derivative of boxing.
It really is.
They just kick. Give us more Master Ravens.
Please, give us more Banderas. Love him so much.
Master Raven is a treasure.
I hope that Jocelyn Mel makes it back to Soul Calibur, because I miss him.
Another great black character. I miss him
so much. He was sorely missed in 5.
Man,
he had a scythe. Man, one of the best weapons ever. It's not practical, but it looks great.
Hey.
Scythes are not practical.
Hey.
Not just like
leave them be.
I love scythes.
They are long range blades. Okay. He was living his best with that scythe.
He really was. So I think it's like the fighting. I mean, that's probably more characters, but those are my favorite ones that come out, and those are the ones that I don't think are like stereotypical characters. We got a long way to go when it comes to comic book characters, because they're still trying to figure that out with Marvel. So I'm not going to even go into that long tirade.
I mean, we got a few good ones.
I mean, we do.
We had Storm.
But I mean, even
Panther.
Even with that, I remember last year at the what was it? They had like a closed session with like comic book distributors and stuff, and they got very heated. And one of the main like criticisms was that Marvel's making all this diversification and stuff for the characters, and these books are mainly bought by white men who don't want any of this. They don't want female characters. They don't want black characters. They don't want black versions of characters. They just want the characters they've come to love all these years, which are, the usuals.
That's too bad. But to that end, I would say that those who want representation in that medium, I would encourage them to go and buy those products. Yeah. So that it isn't so skewed towards the white male power fantasies of Tony Stark and
Captain America and Batman and Superman, like, because they made a female Thor, but a lot of the distributors that, have comic book stores are saying that nobody's buying these, and they're having these on the shelf, and they're mad, and they're like, nobody wants this stuff. Like, it was quite a fiasco.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the books that are, diverse, like, I think, what was it? Who got cut recently? Well, just for the LGBT, Iceman got cut. His book's done.
Oh.
Yeah, his book's done. So, yeah. I think, Luke Cage's book is done too. I think he got, canceled. A couple other books got canceled too. Oh, America Chavez. She got cut too. And they did a big, like, I don't know, they didn't do a big rollout for her, but they did like hire an actual, Latina, queer writer for her, book too. But for some reason it just didn't really resonate well. I think that speaks to Marvel more than anything. Cause people will buy things that are good. I mean, we had a whole discussion about that in another podcast.
Yep. People will buy anything that's good.
Exactly. So people want diversity, and that helps us go into our next topic, which is Black Panther.
Hey,
like, the amount of people who are in favor of this movie are people who are like, oh my God, they want something new and different. They want something that's not like cookie cut stereotypical like Marvel movie, which they've been doing for like almost 10 years now. Like, this movie's supposed to break the mold of, like, the usual Marvel film, which I'm ready for.
I really am, too.
Because, like, it's become, like, a formula now. Like, you pretty much know how movies are going to end from the very beginning now. There's
going to be an origin story. it's gonna be some reluctant hero, and then he's gonna get the powers, and it's gonna be like, oh god, responsibility. And there's probably gonna be a battle against somebody who's either really more powerful than them, or it's like their evil parallel, or some garbage like that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna have some realization like, wow, there's more evil like this out there. I need to be stronger. And then Tony Stark will fly in like, hey, here's my card. And that's the movie.
Yep. That sounds about right. With their really cheesy movie scores and all the other little like.
We're gonna keep on hearing that same goddamn Marvel song in every movie. All of them are gonna have that. All of them.
Yeah.
And it's. Oh my god. We just need to stop it.
We do. Well, I think Black Panther's gonna be that movie to like.
Yes.
Be like a palate cleanser.
Yes.
Because we definitely need it.
Because Kendrick Lamar is going to be one of the people working on the soundtrack.
Yes, for the culture. I love the fact they're doing stuff like that. Like, that's what you want from a movie. You want people really passionate about a project to help every aspect of it. And music soundtracks are really important for movies. Like,
and hey, how about we stop trying to damper people's excitement for this movie?
We can talk about that too, please.
Okay. Let's not be like, oh, where was all this excitement for Tyler Perry? No. Tyler Perry's movies are garbage.
They really are.
I will fight you about that. Tyler Perry's movies are caricatures of the black race because they all have the same tropes. Battered woman, evil dark-skinned guy, not so evil light-skinned guy, and guy in dress who's really comical, quote-unquote. Okay? That needed to stop.
That did.
Okay? Where was that for Birth of a Nation? Stop.
We're tired of slavery-based movies.
You know how many times we're going to keep on watching slavery movies?
Like,
yes, we know. Slavery happened. It's kind of a painful memory. Stop trying to make money of painful memories.
Exactly. Like, can we move on from that? That whole period needs to just not be a thing anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm not putting any more energy into movies based off of a really terrible, tumultuous, and life-changing time for a whole race of people.
Like, black people have a power fantasy they can get behind.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
A black superhero movie that incorporates females in a way that's not making them accessories either.
Exactly.
Like,
and yes, some of them's a little excitable, like if some people saying if you bootleg this movie you voted for Trump, okay. A little far.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have the fanaticism of stuff like this because this is.
But let's not act like this isn't a big deal. Okay, it's not cool to be the black person. It's like, it's not a big deal. It's just Black Panther. Okay, you're not cool by doing that. You're not special.
Not at all.
Stop it. Stop being that hipster person who's like, oh, well, I've been reading Black Panther for all this time. That's great. Good for you.
There's a lot of comic books that have been read for over countless years. That doesn't mean they get a movie. Like, this is unprecedented.
Okay. Let's not be like, oh, well, a white guy gets paid for all of this. Okay, stop. Okay? That Kanye record was years ago. Stop quoting it.
Please.
Okay?
Please.
Let it go. Let us be happy.
A lot of people are happy for multiple reasons. Like, there's not been a movie where you had both genders of a race being excited about a movie. Like,
and let's stop spreading lies about how black women are protesting because of Michael, what was his name? Michael B. Jordan?
Yep.
Doing some, okay, no, they're not doing that. Let's stop these lies. Let's stop the rumors. And let's stop making these Facebook posts about how people are ruining it for you because they're too excited. And they're overhyping it. And when things get overhyped, it gets bad. Shut up.
Let people be excited for stuff. Jesus Christ. Like, this is probably the biggest black movie that's ever come out. Like,
jeez.
As far as budget's concerned, as far as the amount of black people in the movie, people working on the movie, people directing the movie, people who are part of the production, like, this has never happened before.
Yes, get hype, get excited, get happy.
For the culture, like.
Don't go too far, okay? There are limits here.
There are limits.
Alright, don't bum rush the place talking, Don't bum rush places with your newly learned African dialect trying to tell people you want to watch Black Panther. All right, let's not do that.
I'm going with my newly acquired African outfit. I know that much on day one.
I mean, I might have to get me a beret and a leather jacket.
Yes. I'm totally down for you wearing a Black Panther outfit like that. I mean, you going like
the dashiki is a little too colorful for me, so I'm going the other Black Panther route.
That's still cool too. That's still paying homage to this whole movement anyway. So, oh God, can't wait for this movie. We in there. Like, I'm so ready for this movie.
And let us have this.
Yeah. I mean, we had to wait a long time for this too. Like they announced this a long time ago, and they had to like push it back too, which I'm fine with. I know the whole marketing ploy is to do this around Black History Month. That's cool. I mean, hey.
And I'm gonna take a moment, not about Black Panther or anything like that. Okay. I want to put a moratorium to this idea of honorary Black people in media.
Yes, please.
All right. I want to just say this, and this is going to be the basis of everything else I say after. Piccolo is not a Black person.
What? The Namecs are Black?
He is green. Okay?
So?
We are not going to act like he is from the hood or he trapping or whatever like that. Piccolo's a good character. Fine. But I'm not going to treat him like a Black person. He's not, okay?
He acts like a Black person.
Oh my God. No, Michael, stop it. Stop it. No, this ends. Okay? This ends. He is an American, not an African American.
He might as well be in Saiyan terms.
Okay, look, you.
So if the Saiyans are Asian, what the heck are the Namekians supposed to be based off of?
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. That Wu-Tang book that came out. Who was that? Who made that? God,
that wasn't RZA, I don't think.
I think it was RZA. I really think it was RZA who put out a book comparing Dragon Ball Z to Black culture.
It wasn't wrong.
Oh my God, no! Please.
Let's skip away from Dragon Ball Z then to something a little more.
Fine. We can debate his African lineage later.
Okay.
But there are some things we just need to stop. Okay. The cookout culture.
Oh, please, yes.
Stop that.
Oh, we gotta stop that.
Stop that. Okay.
Because they would give invitations to people at one point, and then they'll do something like, "Oh, you getting your stuff revoked? Oh, give them a black." No, that just needs to stop.
Having people be decent people is not a good reason to invite them to the cookout. Yeah, especially when your chicken dry.
Damn.
Yup. Stop it.
I want to do a whole read, but I'm not going to do it because it's too loud.
Okay. Cookout culture done. Okay.
I agree.
Giving white rappers a pass.
Yeah.
When they fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Please stop that.
Okay? Post Malone does not care about you being black and a fan. Okay?
He really don't.
Okay?
He doesn't even respect the culture itself.
And, this is coming from a person who unironically listens to Riff Raff.
Thank you for putting that out there.
Okay? All right. I understand he's a caricature, and that does bother me more the more I think about it. But I do not think of him as a black person because he is a rapper.
That's good.
Okay? Let's stop that.
Please, let's stop that.
Eminem is not an honorary black person.
Never was, never will be. He's just a white guy.
Okay? I don't want to have this argument on my Facebook later about how we need to give him a pass because he's a rapper. No. Okay? No.
You got all that out?
I think so. If something comes up, you'll hear it from me.
Of course. Another thing I like to point out is for video games, the eSports arena has a very big amount of African American players who are doing quite well, which I like to applaud them for doing that.
Shout outs to all of you.
Yes.
You're doing good. All you ones that ain't scummy.
Yeah, all you that place in top 32, top 10, top 8.
Man.
Good job. Sonic Fox especially. Because he's dominating so many games simultaneously. Simultaneously. That's unprecedented to be able to be good at that many different fighting games at one time.
He is a menace.
He is a menace. I will say that. He is trolling every community he can. If it's a game he likes, he's probably going to play it. And if he plays it, he's going to play it well.
You can see all types of compilations of him just wrecking house.
Man, with characters that you wouldn't even expect to be wrecking house with, too.
Shout out to Smug.
Yes, Smug the God.
Snake Eyes.
Punk. For all intents and purposes.
For the purposes of this video, sure, but.
K-Brad, even though he doesn't play Street Fighter 5 anymore, really.
I mean,
I think
he's trying.
I think he moved on to Marvel more than
Shout outs to Mike Ross, wherever you are.
Wherever he is in the ether.
Because he just kind of disappeared when eSports became a thing.
He wasn't here for any of that.
We hope he's living his best life.
Some way, somehow. Problem X over in the UK.
All right.
Because I love him playing with Bison. He made me want to play Bison.
Problem X is... Oh, he's great.
Dare you say a problem?
I tried not to say that.
But I had to do it for you. So, here we are. So yeah, there's like so many people in the esports. Oh, Scar too. He plays he's an NRS player.
Oh, is he?
Yes. So I have to shout out.
You
to
know
him.
those guys. I don't know those guys.
Oh yeah, I kind of follow him too. And I hope Perfect Legend can like make a comeback in DBZ Fighters.
I want Perfect Legend to live his best life.
I do too.
I want him to erase his past mistakes, all 13 of them.
You had to say it, didn't you?
What?
All 13 of them.
All 13 of them.
I hope he's doing well, and I hope he's training up for DBZ Fighters. I know he was really excited about it on Twitter. So
man, it's a good game.
It really is, and it's gonna probably bring out more and more players than ever. This is probably gonna be just like how Street Fighter 5 was when it had that big like bolstering at Evo. It was like what 5,000 people were like playing. I can see DBZ Fighter probably even like eclipsing that easily. People gonna get good. So
man, your boy might compete.
But is your boy hot though?
We'll see.
So yeah, I'm excited for this. Is probably one of the times. Oh, we want to talk about one more thing. Or Black History Month. About cosplayers. So that's a really like, and me being I don't even think I'm not gonna consider myself a cosplayer. I'm just a person who puts on costumes sometimes, and am I well versed in the cosplay community? No, I'm not well versed. I just know a lot of cosplayers.
To say we're casuals.
Yeah, I'm casual, but I do know a lot of cosplayers, and I had to get way more educated about, Black cosplay, because I really didn't know a whole bunch. I had to like get myself on track with that because I felt like I need to be a part of the culture.
Well, I have some friends on my own Facebook who are hardcore cosplayers that are doing the 28 days of Black cosplay.
Yeah, I did that. I did like 7 days for Rushdown Radio, but that's a lot of work. So I'm just gonna retweet and like share stuff that I see and stuff because that was a lot of work. But it was fun. It opened my eyes to like a lot of new cosplayers that are really amazing that don't get the same attention that other cosplayers do because of course they
deserve it.
Yeah, for their skin color or the fact of what they do and whatnot.
Or what they choose to show off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got somebody in mind. I'm
sure you do. I think I know who it is too.
Anywho, not going to go, that route. I would also like to add to that to encourage those Black cosplayers to just keep going on because Black cosplay is hard.
Very.
Because there isn't a whole lot of Black representation in the fandoms you want to represent. And surely, once you cosplay a character that isn't Black, you're going to have a bunch of people going on like, oh, this character isn't Black, you should pick another one.
Or suggesting you Black characters specifically, like, oh, you should Black play this character.
How about you try Yorichi? Or how about you try someone from Michigan? I can never say that.
Oh, you're talking about, but I can't think. Yeah,
but yeah, they always want to suggest to you Black characters that have been done to death.
Yes,
and it doesn't matter how well they do it, how great it looks. They always want to do something like that. Ignore that.
Yeah.
The only thing I think in cosplay that shouldn't be ignored is the thankfully slowly declining appearance of blackface.
Oh my god.
Thankfully that is becoming less and less of an issue.
That's because people were pointing it out more than they ever did before.
Mm-hmm. So thankfully that's becoming good. To keep that up until people understand that that's really bad and stupid.
Yeah.
Why that is. And, continue to do your best thing because I think a lot of you guys are amazing.
I'm following quite a bit of you guys, and I'm always like sharing and like liking your stuff on Instagram, like K-Bear. Oh, I love her so much. Like, I just want to hold her in my arms.
And hey,
and tell her everything's going to be okay.
Soon you guys too will have the clout and fame that you all deserve that others don't.
What's one more portion of this? Oh, another big thing about like Black creatives in general, more so the ones that do like illustrations and anime and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do want to see a lot more of that too, hopefully. Like so far we've seen, there's actually a couple of, publications that cater to, like Black, illustrators and Black content creators. When it comes to like art. Yeah. I know Noir Caesar is one of the main ones that does a lot of stuff. Like, they have a lot of manga and stuff like that. And that's actually really good stuff. I'm actually following a lot of like Black illustrators on Twitter too, because I just want to get more involved in people that look like me, who make characters that look like me too, because that's important. Huh. So yeah.
Because we need more of that. We always need more representation.
Yeah, because my thing is, I don't want to seem like, I don't want people to vilify creators that aren't from my same country about them putting characters that look like me, and like especially like Japanese animations and like anime in general. I can't expect a Japanese person to know what a Black person's struggle or what a Black person's life is like, and how they speak and how they talk and how they look. There's like 0.03% of black people in Japan. I can't expect them to do that.
At least they've stopped doing that weird pink, like, ring thing for black people's lips.
Oh, God, that was god-awful. Ugh.
I'm
that was rough.
Really glad that we've seen a lot less of that.
Yeah. But that all started from, like, the old days, too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
Yeah. I did a whole article about Square Enix's, Huckleberry, what was it, Tom Sawyer, that stuff. That was rough.
I only want to say one more thing about illustrators and, people and their reception of them.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see the end of the idea that because someone's from a different country, that they don't know how to represent another character. Because a lot of times you'll see these discussions about black people in anime, and they're like, oh, well, Japanese people really don't know what black people look like because they're in Japan. But they have no problem illustrating things like Germans, like Russians,
true,
like Americans, so on and so forth. So let's stop that.
Yeah.
That idea is dumb. Okay? If they don't want to represent them, fine. Okay, we'll get our people to represent us. But let's stop making excuses for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I just don't expect them to be able, like, I don't expect to see a black character in the anime because they're making it. Like, that's my thing on it. But if you are going to do it, you better do it right.
Yeah. Don't do the pink ring thing.
Please don't. Don't make a whole bunch of angry black people in your animes and your video games too. Like, please give us a little more nuance.
People are angry.
Yeah, like that's annoying. And this, what it does is it reinforces a lot of stereotypes because unfortunately, most of the world gets their, ideas of ethnic people in America from whatever medium that's important to them. And most of that's usually television and newspapers and magazines and stuff like that. So if only they see is like movies about thugs and stuff, they're going to think all black people are thugs because that's all they know, especially if there's not a lot of black people who live in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Goes the same for their video games.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I've already thought of 2 weird black people in video games, Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear respectively.
Who?
Bullet and Ramlethal. Bullet is a straight up angry black woman. And Ramlethal is a black demon girl who really likes hamburgers.
I mean, I'm cool with Ramlethal, honestly.
I'm not against her entirely. If there's either one of those I would say I'm against in representation standards, it's probably Bullet.
Yeah. Bullet. Yeah, I say it correctly.
They couldn't even dress her right.
They really didn't. But Blaze Blue has like a very weird clothing aesthetic for the characters. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense.
You see any of them wearing jeans?
I don't think anybody's wearing jeans.
Yeah, except her. And they're like the shortest jeans ever created by man.
That's true. Gotta show them that thigh meat off for the fanboys.
So that's my take.
Yeah. I think in the JRPG front, there's not a whole lot, but when they do it, lately has been a lot better than it used to be. Cause it was like the same black character who didn't have much of a part in the game. I think Bear was probably one of the bigger ones that came out in the last like 20 years. Even though he has a lot of issues, I still acknowledge him for breaking a lot of like those racial barriers that were, cause usually characters like Bear definitely wasn't a part of the main squad. You always be like an extra character or possibly a villain. Or no, not even a villain, a henchman.
Even those games like, Pokemon. Good to see that they're breaking out of that stuff.
Well, which one was that? The recent one?
Yeah. Sun and Moon.
Oh man, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, because before then, black people were either dancers or basketball players. I mean, you might have one that was a gym leader every now and again, but then again, one of those had to be redrawn for America because she looked like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't know why that's problematic, just look back in your history about, the mammy.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. So yeah, my thoughts are we've come a long way. We're doing amazing things in media, and I hope we continue to do so to make even more history for blacks.
Continue to glow up.
Yes. Go see Black Panther, please. Go see it more than once.
Yes.
Please.
Make this the highest grossing movie in Marvel history.
Man, that happens. It's already the highest grossing like pre-sale in Marvel history.
Let's go.
So, man, it's only a matter of time. Like,
you want to talk about putting money in your own communities, put your money in your own people. See this movie.
Yes.
Go.
Do it. This comes out very soon. The 16th.
Screw Tyler Perry. And Steve Harvey.
Wow. I'm cool with both of those.
All right.
All right. So what do you guys think about Black History Month? How do you feel about representation in video games and media and comic books and whatnot? Who are your favorite esports people? Let us know. Please go to our website at www.rushdownradio.net. Make sure you go to Fandango and get your tickets tonight. Get your from Black Panther. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Happy Black History Month.